very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to your favorite figure skating podcast, the podcast where we talk about all the things that make us kiss and make us cry. This is obviously the run-through. I'm Adam Rippon. Why did I sing it like that? I'm so sorry.
It's obviously the run-through. If you didn't know that,
then you didn't know.
Yeah,
you didn't know. How could
you're
you
lost on the internet if you didn't know that.
And for that, we are sorry that you found us. I am one of your hosts, Ashley Wagner, and I am joined by not one guest, Sarah Hughes, not Olympic champion, but two, Kirsten Moore-Towers. Welcome to the pod. We're so excited
two
to
non-Olympic
have you.
champions are joining
I
you.
was just going to say, also,
What?
I'm not an Olympic champion.
There are 4 not Olympic champions
Right.
on this podcast currently.
And we
This is a
celebrate
podcast
that.
for not Olympic champions by
By
non-Olympic champions. Yes.
Yeah. We'll
love
make
that.
sure to never have a single Olympic champion on this podcast.
No,
Well, I want Sarah Hughes Olympic champion on it because
That's
I want.
different.
It's impossible. They can't exist in the same place at the same time.
That's true.
yeah, it hasn't been proven yet that we're different people.
But we're really blessed today with our incredible guest. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I'm an avid listener and a super fan.
Okay,
And
do you have
every
any
time
notes?
Of it. You know what? When I was preparing for this morning, I kept just humming Bolero in my head. I
That's
don't know
great.
why.
That's a great way to
Good.
prepare.
It
Good.
Yes.
just, yeah. Now
It gets
I
you
feel
in the zone.
like-
You are ready. You are ready. And you know what? You're already a step ahead of me because you didn't call it Tosca.
That's
fair.
true.
Or, I mean,
And it sounds like she
okay.
sort of knew the tune, but when she was humming it, she sort of knew the tune.
Listen,
You know what?
there
I
is
hear
so much
Ashley's
internet
version.
debate on my side that
She
is
said
how
she
the
was
song
humming your
goes.
version.
Yeah,
So-
that's the one I hear. Do you know what else is a fave of mine? Is Take 4.
Take 4. I love that song.
It's a greatest hit. And you know what? One of my greatest hits, at least.
Take
it doesn't
4
get the
is
appreciation. It's often overlooked by Take 5.
Right.
Often.
That's true.
Well, people-
Constantly.
They forget to take that extra 1. So they always do take 4, but then when you remember to do take 5, it's just sort of like everyone's done that, but they've taken too many.
Right.
Too many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
except for Patrick Chan, who took just enough.
Just the right
he
amount.
did. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that's why he's an Olympic champion and
And we'll never be on this podcast.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Cuz he took 5. So,
Well,
here's the thing. We have lacked a finesse in the pairs category, which you do have, KMT. You have the finesse. You've always had it. You have it now. And so
You also have pairs skating experience.
Right.
At least
Right.
that's the rumor that we have been spreading about you.
A little bit.
because we
yeah.
spread rumors.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we
do.
want to talk to you. We want to talk to you about pairs because pairs needs some love.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be given appropriate attention.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we're bringing you on to just basically tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, and
Tell
like,
us
what have
about
your
pair
thoughts
skating.
been?
Tell us about
what is
pairs.
it? It's 2 as 1.
heard
We
about
get
it.
that.
There are 2
What?
skaters.
Yeah, so like
Every
as we
free skater that I know that tries pair skating likes it more than free skate. I'm just going to say that. That's all I'm saying.
I
They're
mean, I
fun
believe
words,
that.
I know, but
What
it's
are they
real.
trying? What are they trying? I will never go above a man's head against my will or by will.
What about
It's
okay.
probably not for you then. You shouldn't.
not against or by will.
Yeah, specifically by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you try it then. But actually, I was going to say famously, it's not famously at all. When I was a kid, I was really against pair skating. Really against it. I just
Well,
wanted
that's
so
famous. I've
badly.
heard
Well,
that.
it's famous now.
It is now,
Yeah.
yeah, to all the run through
why?
listeners.
What was it? What was it about
I-
pairs that you just weren't into?
At the time, I think I wanted to be Joanie Rochette, and she's not a pair skater. So I thought that was kind of the avenue for me. But as I get older and I think about it, I think the reason, which is a little deeper, prepare yourself, is because everyone wanted me to try it because I was so short. And they said, oh, you'll be good at pairs. You're so short. And once I skated pairs and liked pairs, I realized that that really bugged me because I want to be good at it for something that I'm in control of and not something because of, how I was born that I can't control. And so I like want to be good at pairs because I like connecting with a partner and I like to fly and I like to be fearless and all these things that are part and parcel with being a pair skater and not because I am under 5 feet tall.
Doesn't hurt to be under 5 feet, though.
No.
It doesn't. Though it's not common anymore. It's really not.
Yeah.
Well, no, too many kids are drinking milk, and I
Kids
think
are tall.
Yeah, and they're a
Yeah.
lot taller.
Yeah.
Kids are tall these
The
days.
hormones.
Yeah, there's a little too much natural selection going on.
Yes.
Weeding out the shorter people among us.
Are you under 5 feet tall?
Yes.
How
Wow.
under?
I think that since retirement, I'm 4'11". When I skated,
Oh.
I was almost 4'11".
Well,
So-
congratulations on really getting a couple more almost inches there.
Thanks. But it's kind of a thing now. I think if I got to 5 feet, I would be kind of bummed because it's not as cool in my brain. Just probably what I took
Right.
with
The
it
novelty
as a
of
child.
being under 5 feet.
That's probably a coping mechanism from years of being made fun of for being so short.
No, but look at you now. You're tall. You're standing taller than ever.
That's right, by half an inch.
Okay, so since when you were younger you didn't really want to be a pair skater, tell me now, what is your favorite part of pair skating?
It's a good question. I love pair skating so much. I think that's why I love commentating pair skating because I want other people to know how great it is. I think for me, my favorite part is being lifted and trying different lifts, but I also like to tell a story with a partner and have someone to experience the good stuff with, but also the not so good stuff. It's nice to have somebody there with you experiencing that. And it's special, I think, in a way that we don't get in a lot of sports with either no team at all or with a bigger team. It's such an interpersonal business relationship. And I have been really lucky to have good ones, have really great partners that make it enjoyable for me.
On the note of like sharing the good and the not so good stuff, how do you deal with somebody else like on a daily basis? Because I'm losing my hair thinking about it. My eyelashes are falling out. Like, I don't know if I could do that. I feel like I'm cuckoo
falling
enough
apart.
on my own. How do you work with somebody else? I'm like crying. I'm
This
like,
coming
how
from
do
a
you work
married
with someone
man,
else? Yes.
just cannot
Yeah.
imagine being with someone on a daily basis.
No. Well, getting
You know
lifted or
what?
thrown by that person.
I mean, pair skating is a team sport.
It is.
We are solo athletes.
Yes.
Through and through.
Yeah.
I like if someone made a mistake and I didn't, I'd be pissed.
You know what is
I
so
wouldn't have it
funny
in me.
is I know you all know, but my fiance is a former free skater. He's skated on his own.
Mhm.
And similar to you, just can't understand. And sometimes if there's ever something going on, he'll say, well, why don't you just say this? I'm like, because that's a terrible idea and not good communication at all. So you're not alone. I think it helps in my case to skate with Michael Marinero, who's the easiest person that exists in the world. But it's just, I think you learn really young, if you're lucky, good lessons in communication and how to not place blame. And in our experience, when somebody makes a mistake, if I make a mistake, I am devastated. And Mike will try to, talk me off the ledge and vice versa. If he makes a mistake, I've never been angry. I mostly am relieved that I didn't make one, So
Right.
I think it's different when you experience it, but until you're in that actual place of competing as a team member, it's hard to put yourself in that position. You'd be fine, I'm sure.
I don't know. I'd have
Well,
to.
I feel like there are some
yeah.
pairs out there who are not fine.
That's
Totally.
true.
I've trained with a few. Yeah.
Well, I feel like part of the reason that, in addition to none of us ever doing pair skating, me never doing any skating at all, have had trouble like with our pairs analysis throughout this season is because we feel like the discipline is in such a weird place right now, like kind of a transitional phase.
Yeah,
But I'm
some
curious
growing
if you
pains.
agree with that characterization or like what you kind of think of the overall landscape of the discipline right now.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. I think what we're lacking is that like 1 or 2 superstar teams. For so long, we've had like a bunch of good pair teams, but then we've had a couple that are just so insane and easy to get behind. And the team that is going to either win or come second if something happens. And right now, in my opinion, we don't really have that. We have a lot of really good. I was making a list in preparation. It was just kind of like, oh my God, there's a lot of good stuff prepared. There's a
Your
lot of good
success
stuff
makes so
here.
much sense to me. She comes with a list, a notepad, written note, pen to paper.
Yeah.
Never has there been a notepad on this podcast.
You're going to
before.
solve
You
the
are the most
disarray.
prepared member.
But there's no, we saw at the beginning of the season and we thought maybe it would be Deanna and Max who would be that one team that would be for sure the champions and everyone else would fight for the rest. And then it actually seemed like maybe that's not the case. There were teams that were challenging them. So I think it is in a weird spot because of that lack of like superstar, if you know what I mean.
That's so true. I mean, I totally
there's a lot
hear you.
of good.
It's that, I mean, I'm guilty of doing exactly what you're explaining right now, where when Haza and Volodin were skating this year, I was like, they won, but like, I don't know who they are. Like, I'm the grandmaster of who can win.
Right.
But it's like, you want that familiarity to be like, I can be behind this, I get it. And like, you can start to appreciate it instead of analyze it a bit. Does that make sense?
Totally. And we have the Japanese team, but they were injured and are in a different place of preparation than they would have been last year at Four Continents. And, we don't have Alexa and Brandon this season, which especially as American viewers and skaters, that's a big void in pair skating. I mean, in the world it is, but especially in the States. And so I think that's just kind of what, I find myself missing Sway and Han. I want to watch Sway and Han skate. It's not
will never
because...
not be missing them.
Yeah. I'm thinking about them constantly.
Honestly, same.
I'm not even joking. I think about them once a week.
There's not good stuff. It just, we don't have that familiar name that we've been standing behind for so long. We have a lot of exciting new teams that could have some longevity. And then maybe in 4 years, that's the team you stand behind. We don't know. We're just in that like rebuilding phase of seeing who's actually going to continue to thrive and grow and stay together. Who knows in pair skating, really?
And it's like weird to be in that place 2 years from an Olympics. I feel
Totally.
like, we're so close to Milan already.
Yeah.
This feels like a post-Olympic season, like right after the Olympics where teams have just kind of broken up. People are new. It just feels like we're missing that refinement. But when you're talking about a bunch of good teams, to the listeners, can you kind of explain what would be taking these teams from good and pushing them into that great stratosphere?
And to the listeners, we are the listeners. Because we're going, okay,
to us.
I have my notepad out now.
Us.
Yes.
Tell me what
There
I
will be a
should
quiz
say.
after this.
Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you. And then I'm going to test you later, just so you know.
Good. I'd love a test.
And obviously just my opinion, but I think these teams, if you break them apart element by element, a lot of them have what it takes. They just are not in a place together, in my opinion, as teams yet where they're iconic. Do you know what I mean? Where they have a program that makes you just sit back and not even really pay attention because it's just so incredible that you're just kind of letting it happen in front of your face. Like Sway and Han or like Savchenko Maso, like Duhamel Radford, where we had these teams who were doing all elements with such ease and speed and positive GOE, but also effortlessly and without a doubt and with programs that we can get behind. And now we're seeing these less veteran teams who have fantastic pair elements, really, really good pair elements and the ability to be there, but just not that like it factor yet. And I don't think that means they're not going to get it. I think some of them have it already, but it's just that lack of maybe time together and working through what kind of program and what kind of music you want to skate to and what will be most impactful. And I mean, we're seeing that with the Italian team Conti and Nachi, who were third last year at Worlds. They just did a competition and they changed their short from a short to last season. And that to me is like, okay, well, obviously we weren't confident in this short program if 3 weeks before Worlds we're back to when we did last year.
Which, by the way, I liked the short program they had before.
You liked Grandparents' Love Story?
Yeah, that was
especially
nice.
that their love story is over.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh-uh.
Even more impact.
No, it's so Italian. That star quality of doing like some dramatic cuckoo thing of like, no, we're gonna go back to my grandfather's wedding song, even though we as a couple broke up. Like that to me, like that's what like a world champion would do. That's so crazy.
And both have other new significant others. This whole thing to
Good.
me is wild. But I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge
Me
fan
too.
of that team.
I mean,
When that happened, I was like, oh, that doesn't make me feel confident for you. You know,
Agreed.
and maybe that's the right choice. It's very possibly the right choice. I don't know. We'll see in 3 weeks. But now recycling both programs from last season is just
As someone who has done that,
Go on.
the Green Queen.
it signals a lack of confidence, which is really surprising to me because I think that I had no confidence in 2018, let me tell you. Surprise to no one but myself that year. No, but I think that they are a team that I'm most excited about this season. I really, really like them. And I hope that they can kind of get themselves into a position where they skate with just more ownership in their talent because I think they're fabulous.
Mhm.
I mean, when I think of, like, to go back to Haza and Volodin, I think that they do really beautiful elements. But yeah, I'm not transcended into that place of like one thing seamlessly goes right into another. And I know they're a super new team. But when you said that, I was like, that's exactly what I'm missing. And I'm curious, like when you're skating with someone, how long does it take to get that sense? And I'm sure it varies, but like, it must be so important to have that you can complete each other's sentences. You know exactly what the other's thinking. Like when you get, there's so much of a dynamic between the two people of needing to always and constantly be in sync.
Yeah.
I mean, that must be almost impossible to do when you're a brand new team.
Yeah, totally. I had a pair coach once who told me it takes 3 years for a team, 3 seasons. I don't know where he pulled that from. He was an experienced pair coach. I don't know if that has any merit or not, but we see sometimes teams getting together and then their elements are really good, like Minnie and Nikita. And like we saw with Leah and Trent last year, like figuring out how to do pair elements really quickly, but inherently knowing where your partner is and knowing how to correct a misstep if something happens and how to respond to your partner's nerves, maybe if that's necessary. This stuff takes time. You literally can't do that without time. There's no like rush process. You can't like pay the rush fee, and get this done faster. You just have to put in the hours. And a lot of these teams don't have the hours.
Foot the bill of a few rush fees.
Yeah,
I would have
we
paid a
could
rush
use
fee.
a few rush fees
Can we get
down
these
here
rushed?
in the States, I think.
Yeah. No, but you're right. I mean, I even know from just in single skating, there are some skaters that when they go to a competition, they skate up. And there are some skaters that they need to do so much in practice because they'll skate exactly the same way they do in practice, if not a little worse. Doesn't mean it's better. I was like that, where I had to do 155% at home. And Ashley would be the person who would be like, I'm going to do it. And then she'd show up at competition. Everything would be 20 to 30% better than she would do. It was like the lights were on.
I was a trash skater
That is
about
so
not
annoying.
true.
8% of the season. And then as soon as I got under those lights, baby, let's go. But yeah,
Where
like
do you
if
find
you're
that confidence? I would have loved to have had that.
No, I don't think it's
Oh,
confidence. I think it's panic.
yes.
And I mean that in a I just
It's
think
adrenaline.
some people respond to that sort of panic.
If I didn't have the adrenaline, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So that's why small events were bad for me, and that's why I stopped going to Liberty many moons ago.
Yeah,
I
when
couldn't
you
handle
were
the
such
pressure.
a constant figure at Liberty.
I was though.
Where's Ashley at Liberty? They said that the first year you stopped. How can this go on?
How can this go on?
But you
Cherry
know what? That's
Blossom. I
actually
was a
a
mainstay.
quality that is good in knowing that it is not a benefit to you to go to a small event, because I would have forced that to be like, no, actually, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what other people do. This is what's supposed to happen. And maybe to my detriment. That's actually a good call.
Well, but if you
No.
have to work with another person and say like your partner is like me, an absolute terror in training, and then can like skate up to an event, but you need that constant practice.
Yeah.
Are you just not compatible as a team if it's kind of like that? Or do you have to find a way to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of times where teams break up seemingly because they are not compatible, because skating is too hard to go in every day and work with someone that you hate or that you can't work well with, or that you have different goals than. And I think that's why we see often the team splitting and getting back together when they not getting back together, getting together with another partner when seemingly there's nothing wrong. That was always annoying to me when you have people chiming in with why this broke up. I'm like, well, you don't actually know anything about what they're going through at a day-to-day basis. And sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
That's actually such a good point.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
I never thought of it that way, because I'm definitely the person that's like, why did they break up? They were like at their peak. They were great. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I got a lot of that when Dylan and I split. And I won't, of course, go into that. And I will say that it has nothing to do with Dylan. Dylan is fantastic. But there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody knew. And people were so upset. And I just couldn't be in that partnership anymore. It was not healthy for me to be in the partnership. And people get so angry about things they don't know anything about.
I mean, it's the dynamic of two people. Even just thinking about that, I'm like, if Ashley and I skated together, we'd both be in jail.
I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Thinking about
nervous.
that.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm getting nervous and my throat is closing up a little bit.
I have hives.
It's because I've poisoned both of you so that I could win.
Well,
in this team
and
event.
you would do that to us.
Oh my goodness, we have a furry guest on this podcast right now.
Furry guest was making noise, so I tried to stealthily get her without anyone knowing, but we all know now. So.
No, well, because she was going, hey, why are people mad at my mom?
Yeah, that's what she
Back
was saying.
off.
Yeah.
So you don't know
She
what's going
needed
on
a
behind the
healthier
scenes.
work environment.
And she's old, so she was there. She's around.
She was there. That's
She's
right.
like, I remember those days. They were hard.
Do you have favorite teams this season? Like, as we're getting ready for Worlds, I mean, are you willing to kind of make any predictions, or do you have like three
Were you
teams?
excited about?
You know what? Well, before I'm excited about something, we don't know yet which Italian teams are going, and I wish they could all go because I'm excited about all of them. And so it's hard for me to predict which ones I'm excited about when I don't know which ones actually will be there. I really like the Japanese team, and I am interested to see. We've seen them at Four Continents, and obviously that's not a great indicator of what will happen at Worlds because they were just back from injury. I really like Deanna and Max. I think they have they have a cool story, and they do a lot of really good stuff. I will say at the beginning of the season, they were on fire at Skate Canada. It was insane. It looked like it was theirs to lose. And throughout the rest of the season, it's been a little bit up and down. So I think I'm kind of like you guys. And I wonder if that's why the discipline is sometimes difficult to get behind right now, because there is, listen to me talking about who I like. I'm just like, well, I like this person and this person and this person. And I literally have no idea what's going to happen. USA has a really good team, but they've also been injured. So who knows what they're going to show up looking like. We haven't even seen them do a long program this season.
Yeah, I feel like when you were talking about iconic programs that like a lot of these teams haven't done that, the only program that came to mind was when Riku and Ryuichi were doing Hallelujah, which I feel like was really like, they maybe had not reached their peak abilities as a team, but I felt like that program was so good for them. And it's just such a shame that they've had this momentum stall, because I feel like they're on track to be that team that we all want to support and be behind.
And I think we do, right? Like, I think we do. We're not
not to say,
do.
oh, I'm not supporting them. I'm just, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It just is, we don't know what's going to happen at Worlds. I think we'll all support them and cheer for them, but who knows if they can be on the podium, dependent on how the injury's going. I will say they are the right athletes to recover from something like that. They're extremely hard workers. They have a good rapport with one another. They have similar work ethic. They're in a good pair school. So I do believe that if they're healthy and if they had enough time to recover, they can do it. And based on what we saw from them last year, they could win if they're recovered enough. We just don't. It's just like a bit of a question mark for them. It's a question mark for Spencer and Emily. Are they recovered enough? That could be a good opportunity for them. And then these Italian teams, all 3 are fantastic, but only 2 will go. Which brings me to, do you guys think that we should have a wild card spot?
Yes.
I really want that.
Yeah, well,
how would you work it out?
Well, I think there should be a different system for reallocating spots when a country maybe earns spots that it can't use. I'm not saying that's the exact situation here, but sometimes you see like a country that has one great team or one great skater, and so they earn 2 spots or 3 spots or something, and then they can't use them. And instead of it going to, say, a 3rd spot for Italy in this situation, again, this is not the exact scenario, but I'm I'm spitballing here. But in that case, it would just go to the next country that earned 1 spot, rather than going to like a country like Italy who may deserve a 2nd or 3rd spot. So I think that would be interesting for them to look at the way that they reallocate spots when they're not usable. But I love the idea of a wild card too.
I do too.
Yeah, it's such a shame that one of those teams won't.
And the criteria should be if you're doing a CATS program, or one of your 3 teams is doing a CATS program, and
automatic
one partner
entry.
looks incredibly uninterested in it every time, then you should get
Europeans,
a wild card spot.
But they have to win Europeans.
Yeah, you have to win Europeans looking uninterested.
Because then you're
Europeans.
the wild cat, and not the wild card.
There should
also
be a wild cat
nominated
spot.
for most entertaining program.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Was it really?
Yes.
By who? Them?
It is entertaining.
In the
By the
ISU
choreographer?
thing.
It
no,
is.
we
Okay, that
talked
is
about
true.
these awards, Ashley. They're unhinged. Didn't Mia Hamada get Coach of the Year?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move on. So from the ISU awards.
Move on.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do you want to? I think we should swan dive into that.
Or out of it.
Yeah.
I do
Swimming
think
away.
that what is voting, because I don't think who. I think there are bots. There have to be some Swiss bots that are voting in the ISU
Specifically
awards.
Swiss ones.
Yeah.
Neutral Swiss bots. Well, I do think the CATS program is entertaining. I sort of find
But
his
it's like
look of
secondhand.
I find
It's
his look of
secondhand entertaining.
disinterest kind of entertaining, where I'm sort of like, what is going on here? And it's almost campy in the way
like,
that it's entertaining.
Like Madam Web.
Maybe he's tricking
Yeah.
all of us.
It's like
and
he's
that's
Dakota
actually-
Johnson.
Yeah.
And he's like, but my mom was bitten by a spider. And it's just like,
You were sleeping with my mom when she was researching spiders in the Amazon or
yes,
something.
exactly.
Right?
Yes.
That line.
And he has like the like acting flair of, and I love him because he's cut my hair once.
I also adore him. But
Yes. And I love
her. She is amazing.
She's
so good.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's a new pair skater. She's so good.
She's so committed.
Yes.
And I love that like they're skating to cats because she wants to. I think that's very sweet. And you can tell that that's why they're skating to cats.
I
'cause
heard
she
that
wants
he
to.
suggested it.
Yeah, Ashley told me that he suggested it.
Yes. Someone reached out to me on Twitter and said that he suggested it.
Did they work for the ISU awards?
They were Swiss.
It was a
And they
Swiss
were a bot.
And a bot. It was a Swiss bot.
It was
I
AI.
should have known. It was broken English. None of it made sense.
It was Alexia
And it said-
Paganini.
Swissbot.ai at twitter.com.
Yeah, okay. Can we just we don't need to go over who won what or whatever. I do feel like it is weird to have the ISU awards. I think that's a very odd thing to take place. And I'm glad it never happened when we were all competing.
Because you wouldn't win
Well, because I wouldn't
Ass
win.
Award, or whatever you nominated yourself for last week.
Fat
It was
ass.
a thing when I was competing.
It
How
was?
did it make
Never
you
won.
feel? Were you nominated?
Yeah, for best costume. I didn't have anything to do with it. It was Matt's year. But yeah,
Oh, but that's
it was
very
my
deserved.
dress.
You always had great costumes.
I
That's
will
true.
say that was deserved, if I just say so myself. But also, I feel like the nominations are pulled from current top. Like we're not looking at a whole field. We're looking at a pool
Right.
of a couple people, and so
We're
I think
looking at top 3.
yeah, it loses some merit in that case for me. I don't really pay attention to who wins things. I just, if I see it casually on social media, but it was supposed to be, the first one was going to be at Montreal Worlds. There was like an in-person banquet, and Skate Canada athletes all had like dresses made for it. And there was like a red carpet. It was going to be this whole big thing. And then, that Worlds didn't happen. So now they're doing whatever they do in Switzerland, I guess.
Oh my God, I forgot this is Montreal Part Deux.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the makeup worlds from COVID
Yeah.
worlds.
Wow. And also, shame on me. I absolutely knew that you skated through the Beijing Olympics. In my mind, everything ends as soon as I retire. I go, well, we all quit.
You know
didn't we?
what? In my mind, I retired when COVID happened. So it's fine. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, can I ask you, as somebody who trained in COVID and has competed at multiple Olympics, and you've had your, like, the normal Olympic experience and the COVID Olympic experience, what was, first of all, training in COVID like? One, when you had no idea when you were going to compete again, and two, once you got to an Olympics, what your whole Olympic experience was like, and how did it compare to one of your previous ones?
Yeah. Trying to figure out how much I'm going to give you on this answer, how deep we're going to get. COVID was hard, I think, for everybody, in that we had no idea when we were going to get back on the ice, and depending on what region you lived in, you could have got back on maybe earlier or maybe later, and it was hard to watch your peers and competitors get back and not be able to train, and also hard to try to keep it in perspective that people are dying and there are bigger things than me going back to figure skating. Mike's grandma died of COVID in the first 2 weeks, so we had a very quick picture of kind of what this is and the magnitude of what all of that meant. Once we did get back to training, our competitions in Canada were just canceled one after another. And we respected that opinion, or we respected that fact, because they were trying to keep us safe and trying to do the right thing. But also we knew that we were coming into a World Championships where we were going to qualify Olympic spots. Mike and I were the number one Canadian team, so we knew that a lot of that responsibility, most of that responsibility, would fall on us. And we were seeing our competitors from different countries being able to do their Grand Prix just with no audience, and to go to their nationals and to do all of these things. And so our first competition was Worlds, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to go until very close to it. So it just was a stressful experience, in that for me, I am very type A. I like to know what's happening. I like to make a plan, and you just can't do that. So it was frustrating to continually work for something that you don't know is going to happen or not. And then there's that entire outside piece of trying to control everything that you can't really control, and that kind of taking an effect on your mental health as well. And COVID Olympics, I will say China did a remarkable job. We were in a bubble, but it didn't feel like a bubble because it was so big. I was feeling badly for athletes who this was their only Olympic experience because their families couldn't come. And that was a big deal for me. Not a big deal for everybody, I'm sure. But for me, all of my parents and my sister came to the previous two that I had done. And obviously there were people in the stands. And so just having a total stark opposite experience was just, when you have something to compare it to, it's just not as good, right? Like maybe if it was my first one, I wouldn't have noticed that, but because I had that really great experience of the previous two, it was just more difficult. It was hard.
It was just so bizarre. I mean, but
so
like,
weird. Can you believe it happened? It's just so weird.
No.
I mean, I couldn't believe, because I was there with Mariah, that like,
That's
I was
right.
like, this is like going to a senior B, except everyone's in shape.
Yeah. And more stressed. Yeah.
Except people are making it to the end of their long term.
Right. Nobody's tired.
And the testing every day, like, it's just such a crazy experience. Yeah, it was just so wild for me. I was really pushing it to skate at that point. I think that was just really for Mike. I was done
Yeah.
much before. It was really difficult for me to just skate at all. And so I was just like trying to see the finish line and think in hindsight, I don't know if I would have done things differently if I could have, I guess, but I did really my best with kind of what I had at the time. And I just, like, jokes aside, also think of my career ending before COVID because it's just easier for me that way.
Oh, that would have, COVID would have retired me immediately.
Really?
Like, yeah, because I feel like we all were kind of on the same skating life pattern. And when I retired in 2018, like, I was pulling myself through those seasons. Like, after 2016, my career ended in 2016.
Okay.
And
great.
I was just like, by that last year, lacing up, promising myself I only had to do this a couple more times. And if I had to train through COVID, I don't like skating enough to do that.
No.
Like, I just couldn't imagine having to show up for another person also. I just, that would be so overwhelming to me. I was so amazed with every single athlete who competed in Beijing.
Yeah, it was, and
skating.
Similarly, the day we were supposed to go to Worlds or listed on the world team, and the day after my long program, I woke up and I just couldn't believe my good luck that I would never have to do it again. And
I have chills. Yes.
Continued to wake up like that for, I'm going to say 3 months, and it's not an exaggeration. And so it was challenging because Mike really wanted to go to Worlds, and I couldn't do it. And I like to think I would do anything for Mike. He's been such an incredible partner to me, but I couldn't give him that. And so it was the absolute right choice. We would find out a couple weeks later, or even less probably, that Russia would not be in the competition, which obviously, and the Chinese as well, which obviously would have an effect on our event. I mean, all events, but our event, the top 5 are Russian and Chinese. So it really affects it shakes up the pair event a lot. And for me, still, there was no regret. I just couldn't do it anymore. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember, like, so I'm curious, when you skated at the Olympics, I guess you didn't have that like moment of like, okay, this is the last one. I'm not ever doing a competition again.
Not really, no.
I remember doing like my 45-minute warm up like in Korea, and was like, it will not matter if your knees hurt in the afternoon.
No way.
You will be fine.
That's so I guess, yeah, because I didn't have that either. I didn't have that. I don't think I would have been able to handle that.
Well,
knowing that it's the last one.
I told myself that I was not like, I repeated that after I had that, like, one intrusive thought, and was like, no, you're going to Worlds, you're going to skate next season.
Oh, wow.
Because I had to not, like, I couldn't take that pressure of like, there's only one more.
I did that whole season, which is such a mistake. That's maybe something I would change. This is the last Skate Canada. This is the last.
I was like, everything I did was like, I'll be here next year. I'll do it again. Because then all of a sudden it was like, okay, great. Well, there's no pressure.
Yeah, people kept trying to talk me out of that, and it just was. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
it is hard because you're like reasoning with yourself, and you're like, I don't know about this.
I remember seeing you in the lounge on the way home, Adam, and saying, "Are you coming to Worlds?" Because Mike and I were, and I like being around you. And you were like, "God, no." Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, "Really? It's in Italy. It's going to be so fun." No.
No. I remember Raphael, like right before he left, he was getting on a bus, and he's like, "So when you come home, this is what your training thing was like." And I like took him by the hands, and it was like, "Raphael, no."
He goes, "Thank God."
No, he was like, "What do you mean no?" I was like, "Oh, I mean no means no." And so
consent.
I consented.
I do not
to no.
consent to training anymore.
No. I think it was like after, I mean, in the same way where it's like, I didn't know it was the last time, but like when I was done, I was like, this was like, we're done. You're done. Goodbye.
You're done.
That's enough. Especially when it's you had such a great Olympics. I feel like that's easy to
Yeah.
easier because you did it all. You did everything.
Yeah. You had a good way to go. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
That was nice. Good for you.
Maybe I'd get an ISU award.
I drove home from California sobbing the entire way, but that's, neither here nor there.
I was
It's
just
a
going to say,
beautiful
we
drive.
both fell on a throw at the Olympics. Not just me and Mike fell on a throw. That's how our last one went. So same.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which
How
by
did,
the
did
way,
he just like throw? I'm trying to remember that. It
Yeah.
was a wonky throw, wasn't it?
yeah,
Obviously.
he kind of fell as he was throwing. Which is
Obviously.
Yeah,
No, it was
yeah.
a normal throw.
not
No,
ideal.
it's fine. Just like he went down.
Speaking of adrenaline, we've done that twice in competition and never not one time in practice. In
Really?
10 years of skating together, never not one time in practice. Twice in competition, one at the Olympic Games.
I completely
Wow.
believe that.
I do
Weird
too.
stuff happens when
Weird
you're
stuff
your brain
happens
chemicals
when
are
you're not
messed
like
up.
Ashley Wagner and you don't skate up.
Yeah, weird stuff does happen. I rotate triples. I don't do that in practice. Let me tell you.
Not
That's not
anymore.
true.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't believe the Beijing Olympics happened. And I want to talk about something else I can't believe.
Mm.
Last week I went to my grandparents came to town and my mom had my brother and me over for dinner. And my brother and his fiance made the food, and then my mom is like, I have a really special dessert for everyone, and she brings out this strawberry
Strawberry cake?
shortcake.
wait, did she know?
No.
Was this a pointed reference? Are you kidding me?
She did not know, and I launched into my whole story. I have 7 people eating out of the palm of my hand in my mind.
That's amazing.
Telling this entire story of the most unbelievable doping case of all time.
I mean, it is.
And this recording is well timed because Kirsten, obviously you were on the team in Beijing, and they announced that the court announced that they quote unquote are, accepting the appeal to hear it, Canada's appeal to change the standings.
Mhm.
Where are we on that math now? Still the same? Math still hasn't changed for anyone in the room?
Yeah, no, for me, the math is still mathing. I don't know.
Yeah, we've had some math related conversations on this podcast, and I'm confused about how the ISU is going to win that one.
Maths. There's no way.
They can't, because they'd be
It's not
breaking
math.
their own rules, which would actually disqualify them from getting an ISU award. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that when Luna Hendricks wins Best Costume. They want to win Best Organizing Committee
Well,
for foul play.
I think they've got a ways to go to win Best
Best
Organizing
rule
Committee after
followers.
this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just crazy. I mean, it would make sense to me if they did it kind of uniform through all of the kind of facets of this, I don't know, situation or this case, where
Yeah.
if Europeans, they removed her, but they left everybody else in the same spot, then I would get why they did that for the team event. But that doesn't make any sense. Like, if you remove first place, somebody should move up to first place.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
And
how
Right.
the rules say
Are
it's
written.
going
Which
to
is
happen.
why they followed those rules when they had to follow them.
Right. It also is the only case that I know where somebody from a team gets disqualified, but the whole team doesn't get disqualified.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
yes. Because one, it's a team event,
Right.
right? Period.
Yeah.
Done.
Do you have a
That's
2?
me as a lawyer going, isn't it a team event? I rest my case. Dessert, anyone?
Yeah, we were talking about this because I'm not saying it's right, but they do write the way that they have the rules written do allow for them to disqualify her and not disqualify the whole team because they've written it that way. So that's
Sure.
not really against the rules. I don't know that it's right. It's just not really against the rules. And it's kind of like comparing it to, I don't know, a relay where someone's passing another person the baton. It's like she's doing 2 self-contained programs and her
Sure.
performance has no effect on, how the ice dancers do or anybody else.
But then but you wouldn't even qualify without her scores so it is kind of like a relay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't have, would they have, I don't even know what their point total would have been. They honestly might have made the free skate without her short program.
Yeah,
Not
they
sure.
probably
Probably.
would have.
They probably would have.
They might
Probably.
have.
I'm not mad about that. that doesn't bother me. I guess why I bring it up is it's like another facet of why. Like we have so many avenues of why this doesn't make sense.
Yes.
That being one of them. But I totally am fine with them keeping the team involved. It just, now we're just making stuff up, right? Like this is a rule we made.
We are.
Yeah, we're making strawberry desserts.
Up.
I
just, when I make the strawberry shortcake, I can't remember to clean the cutting board. I always forget that I'm going to smash all my pills on it, and then I'm going to kind of mix the flour in with all of my pills. I forget that I'm going to do that. But it's so hard for me to remember because I have to take that long train.
Yeah, well, and I have to put the dessert into the refrigerator, and then I forget about it even more.
And my favorite...
Which we all know I don't even believe exists.
That is my favorite part of Ashley talking about this, going... Yeah, well, and they have to prove that there's even refrigerators on trains.
I'm sorry, but I think that that's a very reasonable thing to be suspicious of.
Yes.
When have you seen a fridge for personal use on a train?
I thought the story was that she asked, the staff of the train to, like, they're using, like, the break room, whatever, or, like, I mean, obviously there are
now you want me to believe that there's a break room on the train, Sarah.
Obviously there are refrigerators on trains because they serve you, like, food in the nice carriages of a train, right?
Well, could you imagine going up and saying, "Oh, that strawberry dessert in that fridge
No,
looks so
I
good.
can't
Can I buy
imagine
that?" And they're
that.
like, "No, sorry, that's a passenger's."
But wait, I'm so curious, like, in your mind, what the fridge looks like. Because I'm seeing that you're seeing, like, a glass front Starbucks line, not, like, KitchenAid in the back in, like, a staff-only room with a couch.
No, this makes no sense. But it's like, when you get on Amtrak and you go and there's, like, where all the bags get put up. I'm imagining in one of those little cubbies, there's just
fridge.
like a white fridge air, like
a mini fridge?
A college mini fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure. Exactly. It's not believable. That's why I can't believe it.
Yeah, that version is absolutely not believable.
None of this is believable, though. That's
None of it is believable, but specifically my version of her lie is not believable.
Kirsten, did you feel like everyone in Canada expected them to just but like change the results to have Canada in the bronze position and everyone was shocked that they didn't do that? Or was everybody there not surprised? I feel like I was shocked that they did that.
Yeah, I was shocked.
It felt so obvious to me that they would move Russia off the podium.
I had a lot of people talking to me about it. Oh my God, are you going to get a medal tomorrow? And I was very much like, who knows? Really, with all of this, who knows? Who knows if it's not going to be another 12 months? And then before I went to bed, I saw something on social media about an American journalist who had received the news that the USA won the gold medal. And so I thought, okay, now probably yes, like they're going to announce it tomorrow. But if USA wins gold, which they absolutely should, then Japan wins silver and Canada wins bronze. And then I woke up and rolled over and looked at my phone on Twitter and saw it. It was probably like 5:30 a.m. I was just like, oh, I'm on Pacific time, so it's already happened. And I see it, and I think my reaction was just like, yeah, of course, and just rolled back over and went to bed. It just unfortunately is not surprising, though I did expect it. And it really, there was a lot of talk amongst the Canadian team. The actual team event team had a meeting with Skate Canada, and there's a lot of talk about how people feel about the appeal having an effect on the other teams who deserve to have their medal already. And I think the general consensus is that is true, but it can coexist with it. It's irresponsible and immoral to walk away from something like this because it's not right. And for me, it's less about a medal for myself. It doesn't change my life. A bronze medal at this Olympics really doesn't change my life at all. Truly, it doesn't, especially 2 years after. But just letting them get away with this again, when we have so many cases of knowing that this exists, it's just frustrating as an athlete. And I'm not an athlete anymore, but I feel for people who will have to compete against other athletes when you just know that there's been so much discrepancy in this area and it's not fair and it's discouraging. And I had I have lived experience, not as much as Adam, definitely coaching Mariah in Beijing, but I wasn't a part of the women's event, obviously, but knowing Madeline Skeesis very well and knowing what her mindset is going into that Olympics, it's just not fair for her one and only Olympics so far. And for Mariah's one and only Olympics and so many of the other girls that's the mindset that they have to tackle and deal with on top of how difficult it already is to compete your best at an Olympic Games. And it's true that she's a minor, and it's true that the superiors are so responsible, but unfortunately all of us, all three of us, and probably not Olympic champion Sarah Hughes, have been geared our whole lives to know that you just can't put stuff in your body when you don't know what it is. And
well, Sarah's never followed that rule. She went to the University of Georgia. It's one of the requirements to graduate.
Yeah, my throat's closing up again.
It's not our fault that systemically it's so different over there. It's just not.
Well, and to your point, I feel like when you were just talking about Beijing and how without the families, that felt like a muted version of the Olympic experience to you. I always think about the skaters in that women's event and how on top of the not having the normal Olympic experience with fans and friends and family, you also have your entire event overshadowed by this girl who has done something wrong, or someone around her has done something wrong. And you feel all of a sudden like you're A, not on a level playing field, and B, like all the attention is on someone else, and it's the only thing you're being asked about either. You don't even get to enjoy your own Olympic moment because it's been hijacked by this situation. Like that always really bothered me during the games and after, is the experience that it kind of robbed all of them of.
They couldn't be celebrated. They couldn't be celebrated for what they independently had accomplished and achieved by reaching that level of sport. And it's so, I think for all of us just watching that happen, I think the point that you bring up, Kirsten, is just that it's so unfair. And it's unfair on so many levels. It's unfair that she was put in that position, and that can exist while also looking at this and being like, this is so unfair to the other athletes that she is being prioritized and her experience is being supported in some way simply because she is a minor. She should be protected. She should never have been put in that position. But at the same time, all the other athletes deserve to feel like they are competing under the same set of circumstances as everyone else. And then every single question you're being asked is about Camilla. I mean, that took away from the experience, I'm sure.
One thing that added to the experience was that Mariah didn't know everything that was going on.
It is such a bubble.
And, I know the story you're about to tell, and it's my favorite. Please carry on.
So, like, she was going into the mix zone, as you do when you're at an Olympics. You go into the mix zone every time there's you're done with a practice, especially closer to your event. And there's always a bunch of journalists there. And one of the journalists said, would you ever share a glass of water with your grandfather? And Mariah said, yeah, of course I would. And they said, wouldn't you be afraid of contamination? And Mariah said, no, I wasn't raised in a barn. And then left. And I went, that's so
bad.
Fierce. Because you were not raised in a barn. Yeah, that's so true. You were raised in Texas near barns, but you knew that you could
barn
still
adjacent.
drink. Yes, you could still share a glass of water.
Without fear of contamination.
Yes.
Yeah,
which is
That's
but
totally fair.
I mean, I think that really this team event in court has the ISU is just, they can't win this case, and I think now it will look so bad that they've been taken to court, which they will and should be, and they'll lose.
They will.
It was so funny to me to read, okay, there's been 4 appeals taken up on this case, and one of them is Canada, and the other 3 are Russia, saying, we deserve gold. Put it back. Which is just incredible.
You can't make it up. You just can't make it up.
No, because it would sound fake.
Yes.
No.
Correct.
Because a lot of it is.
You know
Well-
what sucks for me? I mean, a lot of things suck in this situation, but having an experience on a podium at the Olympics, which I know both of you can attest to as well, is the cool part. Like having the
That's what makes me
physical
so mad.
medal is not the cool part.
Yeah, that makes me so mad that they don't get that moment. Even if it's even if somehow it's in Paris
Totally.
or a couple years, like the moment is standing on the Olympic podium fresh after you accomplish this huge thing. My medal is in a sock somewhere in this house, and I don't know where.
Yeah.
No idea where it is, but it's in this house. That's all I know. But the memory of standing on the podium is the by far coolest thing I've ever accomplished. And years down the road, getting this moment, absolutely, it's going to be a huge moment, but it's not the same. And that's what makes me mad for the athletes, is it's not going to be that same huge moment that they deserve.
I think that, I mean, I can't speak for any of the American or Japanese athletes, but I am willing to imagine that all of them would wait and would want to
when
wait.
you said that you guys even had that conversation.
No.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's
no.
not what they're thinking about.
They've already waited. Everybody's going to want to have that podium
They want
all
the
together.
podium that deserves to be there.
Well, they want it to be fair. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
They want all of it to be fair, not part of it. It should all be right and fair. So
And
I don't think anyone's worried about waiting
And I
longer.
think the silver and hopefully bronze lining for you will be that you'll get to have your family there for an award ceremony. And I think that it's going to be one of the most special. Obviously, it's not the same, but I think it will be a really special, incredible moment, because also you'll get to go to whatever Olympics that is. If it's not Paris
would be nice.
Paris would be nice. Court
Paris
cases
is
take
soon,
a minute.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, Paris is soon. Yeah.
But it's not impossible to believe that it could be in Milan, and it would be back at a Winter Games, and it'll just, the response I can imagine that you'll receive from like the audience and from from everyone being there, and you'll have your families there. Like it'll be amazing. I'm putting that out into the ether.
Yeah. Great. Put it out.
And
I mean, it might be resolved
medals
by
on.
Paris. These appeals, it might be resolved by Paris. These appeals are a lot more simple than.
Really?
Well, appeals are much simpler. These are so straightforward to my eye, as again not a lawyer, but
should have gone to law school.
it's essentially, thank you. It's essentially like we're just looking at the rule books. They're going to have these 3 arbiters. Well, they haven't technically decided they're doing arbitration, but they'll have 3 arbiters that just kind of look at the rules, essentially. They'll let each of them make arguments, but there's not...
It's pretty black and white and
it's not like the
at this
Camilla
point.
thing where they're trying to let her sort of exhaust all possibilities to prove her case. It's like, was the right procedure followed here or not? It's...
Right. The content already exists.
I mean, maybe that's wishful thinking, but it should not take that long.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually quicker on appeals than they are on the original cases.
I mean, I understand your hesitancy because I'm like, okay, see you guys next year. I'll just keep checking x.com.
I'm a little pessimistic, I think, in this area. Usually I think I'm an optimist, but it's been a long time of just procedures and having a date where things are going to come out and then they don't. And then it's, X amount of months later. And so.
Well, it's for your own sanity that you just don't think about it too much. And it just,
Totally.
when it happens, and then you don't need to think about it.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited for you to find out that you win the bronze from Christine Brennan on X.com. So.
Yeah, she's always the first one. If you go right
when you said
to the
American
source.
journalist, we all were like, yes, Christine.
You mean
my
beloved
ears
American
perked
journalist
up.
Christine Brennan?
World-renowned American journalist.
Truly.
So
that's how you find out stuff, honestly.
I mean, that's how we found out kind of everything.
Right. Yeah.
Was online.
Yeah.
That's the end of my sentence. So this is what I wanted to say. So, one, we love that you've been on this podcast. You're an amazing expert, and we do need you to be back on again.
I love that your dog has been on this podcast for most of the
Yes.
last hour.
And
also.
so obedient.
Yes.
I love that she insisted on being a part of
She
this
really
podcast.
did. She said,
Yeah.
I must be there and also get me a haircut.
Oh, I want to
To anyone listening, just imagine the most adorable dog you possibly could.
If you follow me, you've seen it.
I think everybody listening probably does.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Too
required
much,
now,
probably.
so you must.
Yeah.
So in our podcast, if you have listened before, we love trivia, and I felt like we should ask you 3 important trivia questions on yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the softball.
Okay.
How many Olympic Games have you competed in?
3.
Correct.
Thank you.
This is going great.
I knew that one.
That's in the bio I send to people. That's how I know that one.
And I'm actually reading it right now. I'm going, spell your whole name. Now, how many medals in total have you won on the Grand Prix?
Oh God.
That's
How long-
not a number, and God can't help you.
How long do I have figured out? Okay. 1,
We'll
2,
give you 15 seconds.
3.
14, 13.
Yeah, Adam, do you have Jeopardy music
12.
on that soundboard?
Yeah, that's what's playing
11.
right now. Or the national anthem.
Oh my God.
It's been
10?
about 15 seconds.
10?
10? No. And that's kind of embarrassing that you'd even
What's-
think you'd have that, not as many as you
Few.
have.
That few.
How many do I have?
You have 12 medals on the Grand Prix in total.
Fierce.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to the bio and then I'll know it also.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a great tidbit.
Sounds
Now
like
we
a
have
good bullet point.
2 more questions.
Okay,
How many national titles do you have?
4.
That's correct. You really needed to think about that for a second.
I will. You know,
Which
I got
is fierce.
nervous when I got the one before wrong.
Now
And
she's
sometimes
doubting
people think
herself.
It's 3 because they forget about Dylan, so I wasn't sure.
Well, also, I feel like this is supposed to be increasing in difficulty,
I
and you
wanted
just
to-
gave her a very difficult question prior to that.
Yeah,
Well-
you did.
No, that's how you play the mental warfare of trivia, where you ask a hard question early to make them doubt themselves. Did you see
Oh,
how she
you know what?
paused
It
on her
works.
national titles?
It worked.
Because she
Yeah.
was doubting herself.
Well, that's what this podcast is known for: mental warfare.
Mental warfare.
Go on, Adam.
That's how the
your
3 of us became friends.
Mental warfare.
And physical.
Your
I join
final
the club?
question. Absolutely.
Yes.
If you're ready to throw down and ask the tough questions of how many national titles do you have?
Doesn't
Your
Michelle
last
Kwan have 16?
17,
She
actually.
does, famously.
And she keeps
We just keep
winning.
on adding to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does keep winning.
She
I-
earns another national title every time we mention the number of national titles she has on this podcast.
I'll give her
And-
one for her roller skating videos, honestly.
Yes, exactly.
Deserved.
She's still competing
In theory,
for our
Yeah.
hearts.
right, for an embassy spot. Your final question is how many Canadian national medals do you have in total?
Okay, 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Well, 13 now.
Yeah, you're losing time.
10.
9.
You're talented, but you weren't that talented. You have 8.
Okay. Can I count
Yes.
COVID year, which got canceled, but I won challenge the time before that? That's what I was doing in my head. That's how I got 9.
Oh, so you added you added challenge on your Wikipedia
No, I didn't.
page.
I
It has a
just-
giant C.
For
I
canceled.
just am incorrect, and I'm trying to make myself less incorrect.
Mm-hmm. C for cake, because that's when the strawberry cake was
See,
being made.
I hope it's C for cake and not canceled.
No, yeah, because I think
It's
so.
cake.
What I'm seeing is you have 2 bronze medals and 3 golds with Michael, and then with Dylan you have 1 gold and you have 2 silvers.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, I was really worried that you didn't get any silvers. It's good to know that you have a complete set.
No, that's good. I
yes,
was nervous
yeah.
about that too. Yeah.
Dylan and I frequented the silver with Megan and Eric, just always close, but not quite there.
Yes.
Yeah. The good old days.
I couldn't say the same thing about me and Nathan Chen. He was there, but I was miles away.
Yeah, but you sort of were frequenting silver, and
I was
in your own
in
way.
the same
Also,
sense.
you beat Nathan Chen when you won nationals.
That's so true.
Do you
And
throw it
then
in his face ever? You should.
every day. I actually send him a DM on Instagram every day and go, "Remember when you lost, loser? Big fat loser."
Was he injured that year?
No.
No, he
Or was
injured
he-
himself.
he
in
was
the
First of
gala.
all,
He injured
how dare
himself
you?
in the gala afterward.
Yeah, he broke.
That's what it was.
his,
That's
like,
what
hip.
it was.
Yes.
Can I get kudos for remembering that?
Yes.
Yes.
From somebody?
You
Thank
got
so
kudos just for showing up because you
Yeah.
are so incredible. And
Okay.
we are so lucky to have a 2-time Olympic medalist, future Olympic medalist on the podcast.
Yes,
I
we
am
are.
representing Canada in court. Also, now that you are here, you are good friends with Maddie Skeezus. Did she steal that dress design from that collegiate skater or did she not?
This is my favorite story of the season, actually.
Yeah,
Mine
us
too.
And
We're still following it closely with 0 updates.
Yes. And
Maddie
0 research.
also thinks it's hilarious. And though she had no idea about that dress, she goes along with the narrative because she's funny. So.
I mean,
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, we did say did we say on this podcast that there was someone at our meet and greet
Yes.
at Nationals who knew her or knew the collegiate skater?
Yes.
Okay,
No
we already
way.
said
Knew
that.
the owner of the original dress.
Right.
Right.
I actually
No,
feel
she's
bad
the
victim
owner
for a
of
bit.
a dress.
That is blue.
With
I
the
was
rhinestones.
disappointed that Maddie changed her dress and now we don't have the stolen dress anymore. She's not wearing it anymore.
Oh, she got a new one for 4 continents, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, she stole a
Yeah.
different
It's red.
dress.
It's the same dress, but red.
Mm,
She
well,
couldn't handle the pressure of wearing a
It's
stolen
too
dress.
much.
Was that it?
She put it in
Yeah.
a hot tub of Rit dye, like they do on TikTok, and just came out. It's red now. So she's like, I
Yeah.
didn't steal it. It's red.
Yeah, we
How could I
all did
steal
that during
this?
COVID.
I feel Maddie is so relatable because she did that last year too, where she felt like program didn't have a good run once or so, and then she got a new dress because that's going to make it better. And I adopt the same mentality, so I appreciate
Me too.
that.
Oh yeah, I did that in 2018. I think I had 4 long program dresses, and I competed 4 times.
How many
It's-
long
it's
programs
very-
did you have that year, though?
How many long
2.
programs?
She had 2
Two.
long programs
2.
that year.
I had 2. I did.
Yeah, it's
But
very
one doesn't really
the
count.
costume is you know Barb Strain, Kirsten.
I
Barb
know-
Strain, who works for CBC.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Barb always says when people change their costumes or change their programs, but it's like the same layout or whatever, she always says, like painting a house with a bad foundation.
I think changing a costume is a great strategy for mentally refreshing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Yes.
just do need to paint the house. And
Yeah.
you won't notice the foundation
With
as much.
Lisa McKinnon specifically.
Or Matthew Count. Sometimes
Exactly.
with him, if we had an agreement, there would be a clause or whatever in it that halfway through the season, I'd get a new dress for one of the programs. And one year I liked both dresses so much that I couldn't decide which one I wanted to get a new dress for. But it wasn't because the program wasn't working. It was just because this was in my contract and I wanted a new pretty dress.
I love that.
That's
Isn't
a
that great?
genius idea.
Yeah.
I've changed costume mid-season. Like, I did it once because the costume was just like bad, and I had blue hair, and that was also bad. But it was the costume I blamed it on, not the dye job. Which,
That makes sense.
Yeah, well, obviously. And then at Olympics, I wanted, because I was like, when people watch, they're just gonna think that maybe they're watching me skate like the same program, and I'm like, I want to trick them, so I wanted to get a different costume for the team event, and then I would go back to do the individual. So I was like, I got
You
one.
wanted to be a dancer.
Yes.
That's some ice dancer bullshit
I wanted-
that
That
I
is
love.
some Tessa Virtue shit right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I wanted to go. Well, it's a different competition, and I'm shaking.
It's a
my
new
shoulders.
day.
Yes, it's a new day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day, and I'm feeling good.
Good. I'm feeling great.
In a new costume.
I'm feeling great, said Michael Bublé.
Well, this has been incredible. And
Yeah.
we would love to have you back, especially post Worlds. Like, it would
Yeah.
be great to get an expert's eye on what the hell happened over there.
Should you make predictions and then we see what happens? Should we all make predictions?
Okay,
Should we?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'll make a prediction. Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah loves a prediction. Sarah loves to gamble.
That's true. That's true. I actually hosted a baby shower yesterday, and I did
You
Super
included
Bowl
gambling?
So yeah, I basically did, like the Super Bowl squares that you can get, where you have like a number on the top and a number on the side, and you pick a square that is, it meets in the middle, and you have one number on the top and one number on the side.
Like
and
B12.
basically, yeah,
Vitamin.
so
Like a bingo square, you mean?
sort of, yes. But imagine that it's just the numbers like 0 through 9 on the top and 0 through 9 on the side. And so you pick your square and you pay for it. And let's say you have the numbers 5 and 2. Then at the end of each quarter of a football game, if these scores end in the numbers 5 and 2, you win. And you win like the biggest jackpot. If it's like the score at the end of the game ends up being like 25-12, then you would win. Okay.
So how'd you do that with the baby?
Well, so for the baby, I took my friend's due date, her actual due date, and then I did 3 days on either side, later and earlier. And so that was on the top. And then on the side was like hour ranges during the day. And it was like guessing when the baby will be born. So everybody could buy a square for $5 and guess when they
that's
thought the baby would be born. And then if you win, you get half of the pot and the other half is going to the couple having the baby.
That's fun.
You know when your friend goes 8 days past her due date, she's gonna be pissed and she's gonna blame you.
Well,
Did you do that
Yeah.
with Adam?
With Adam's baby?
No.
Yes.
Did you do that? Didn't Adam say you were going to have
No,
your
I
baby
told
later?
Ashley was
No.
like, "When do you think I'm gonna have the baby?" And I gave like 10 days after Ashley said,
You
and
did.
she
you did.
looked
That's
at
right.
me
Thank you
red
for
in the
reminding me.
face.
I have honestly since blacked out the memory that Adam is the reason why I was so
No,
late.
I knew it because you're too healthy. Your body was holding on to something.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
yes.
And ask any pilgrim; they will tell you the same thing. A woman's body when it's too healthy. Well, no, that's not how it works. I'm making it
Yeah.
up.
Okay, just
No,
checking.
I'm stubborn.
I'm the
that's
Russian
all.
team doctor, actually. When a woman's body is too healthy, it will hold on to something it shouldn't have. A baby.
Drugs.
Strawberry shortcake.
Drugs.
In your bloodstream.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn
okay.
it.
Make a prediction.
Okay.
Are we just predicting the winner? World's winner?
Oh, I was thinking top 3 in my head.
Okay, let's do
If
top
you can do
three.
a top 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we make Kirsten go last so that we can't use her ideas
Yes.
as our own
Okay.
ideas? I
Yeah,
think because I'll be
yeah.
too tempted to do what she says.
You
Yeah,
should
me too.
honestly, I
Smarter
would
than us.
copy you before I would copy me, probably.
You
know.
being who?
Sarah,
You're the researcher.
Oh my god.
not Adam or Ashley. Sorry.
Not me. Definitely not me.
And
I was trying.
yeah,
Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I should.
you should. Whatever it was you want to
Say
say.
it.
You should say whatever you want.
I never did this, but I was suggesting helping Ashley with her picks of pairs on the fantasy draft because the first couple weeks
She-
were painful as a listener.
Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And you know
it
what?
was bad.
Not as a
It was
competitor. It
painful
helped.
as a competitor for me. Yeah, it was very rough.
I almost said, "Do you want me to pick for you?" I could pick you a top 3 in case Sarah and Adam
Let
pick
me
before
help
you.
you.
But I didn't do that. However, one time I did message her and say, "Ashley, you messed up. This was not a good pick."
Yeah, she did. She did.
Just
And
this
guess
the
what?
one time.
I did. I'm not going to go first. Is basically
Okay.
all I have to say.
I'll go
Okay.
first.
All right.
I'm
Go.
gonna say, okay, this is, I think, what I hope. I'm gonna go Deanna and Max. I'm gonna go the Japanese world champions, and then I'm going to go the Georgian team.
Yeah, I really like them.
Wow, I really just went Haza and Volota, and it's not gonna happen. Which it could. Don't listen to me.
Well, and
But
you did that
those are my
to
fa-
all the Italian teams as well.
Yeah, I'm missing an Italian.
You're missing an Italian?
There's no room
Just
when
one.
there's a Georgian.
Okay, who should go next, Ashley or me?
Ashley should.
Okay,
Damn it.
go ahead.
She's the most unqualified.
Okay. Deanna and Max definitely would be my top spot. And then after that,
A lot
I
of
am
filler
gonna
words.
Go...
And after that, I very much think.
After that, I'm going kitty paws.
Mhm.
And then after that, I'm going Japanese.
Wow.
Okay.
Those are my picks.
Wow.
Okay, well then
To
we
you
don't
two.
need. Wow. Okay.
Sarah?
I'm going
Also,
with.
that means it's not going to happen because I've spoken it into the universe.
Oh, shit.
I think Riku and Ryuichi are going to get it together and win.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And Deanna and Max will get second.
Mm-hmm.
And
Deanna does not love that.
No.
I'm really torn about third place. I'm tempted to go Haza and Volodin because we haven't mentioned them yet for variety's sake, because I could go 5 directions for third.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe I should change mine so we have more variety also.
I think you should.
Okay, but just know that if Ashley's right, that was my original
Yeah,
podium
we-
pick.
No, it's
It's on the
I'm right,
record.
I win the entire season.
No.
It's all or nothing.
That's still
and
not.
It only
no,
comes down
that's
to
not
pairs.
true. That's
I
not right.
love this game. It's
You
so
know what?
fun.
I
You're
think
making it
that's
up.
almost fair because it's pairs and it's worlds.
and
I'm
it's the World
almost tempted
Championships.
to give her the whole season if she wins this.
So it's good to know that if that happens, 2 people agree to these terms
Okay.
and no one else.
Well, we're going to ask around. We're going to kind of pull some other people and see.
Great.
Yeah, we'll ask the IOC what they think.
Okay, Kirsten, who do you want to change in your picks?
I'm still gonna go Max and Deanna
Mm-hmm.
for first. I'm gonna go Mini Nikita second
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and Conti Machi third.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, you
I
really
love
wanted to
Conti and
shake it
Machi.
up. Me too.
Me too.
I love them.
Yeah.
I really want them
Grandfather's
to
wedding.
find
Definitely
a
some of my
stride.
favorites.
Huh?
They're my favorites, I think.
Really?
I really like watching them.
What makes them your favorite?
Don't ask me those things on the spot.
That's not a question because I don't agree. I'm just curious.
No, I actually really just love their maturity and their connection on the ice. Like it really does feel like they are working with each other out on the ice, that you see them really performing as like one unit. I really like that. And just you can tell that there's some kind of connection there. I
Yeah.
watch pairs to like
Yeah, they're exes.
buy into a fantasy.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah. But I want to buy into the
Connected
fantasy.
by
and-
tragedy.
yeah. Aren't we all in some way?
That's
But
true.
you know, like, this is what I think. And I am a fortune teller. I do think that they are going to get back together.
Great.
Great.
Love that for them. Don't love
Yeah.
that for their current partners.
Actually,
I
that's
also
true.
feel like I feel
So
like
you're
what would
breaking
happen
up
if
2 partnerships. for
I feel like what would
Superbowl.
happen is they would get back together and then they would break up again and then they would break up on the ice
As a
because
team.
it was too many breakups.
Yeah.
Can you
One too
survive
many
that
breakups.
many? I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I guess only time will tell. And only time will tell to see how correct these predictions are. So I have them written down so that not only are they saved in an audio file on a
But there are
podcast,
physical receipts.
they are like they're on paper is what I'm saying.
Great.
It's on paper.
Okay.
It's
Is
a signed
anyone going to
document.
be in Montreal?
I will
Sarah.
be.
Great.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm doing
The
in-house
run through pod
commentary.
meet and greet has turned into just me and Kirsten going to Montreal.
Probably our
Who's
best
lucky?
representatives.
Yes. I feel good with that representation.
Yeah, well, if one of us gets the pairs podium right, the other one will buy the drinks that day.
Perfect.
Well, I guess I will be showing up to buy drinks.
My bachelorette is directly after Worlds, so if you want to show up to that too, feel free.
Oh, great. Sure.
You don't
You
have
can
to
buy
ask
me
Sarah
the
Hop
twice.
in
drinks
anything.
there when I win.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you want someone there who you beat, just
Right.
as sort of a show of power at your
Right.
bachelorette.
Totally.
There's
Because
nothing-
bachelorettes are
yeah.
strictly a show of power.
Well, there's
in the
nothing
world of
more
women.
romantic than power.
That's true.
Well, a show of it.
Okay, everyone. Good show.
Great
Good show. Kirsten, thank you so much. We
Thank
love
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you. And we'll see you next time at the run through. The next time you're here, it's the best.
It's not going to be long. We'll see you after when you're in recovery from your bachelorette and you're ready to talk worlds.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me. It was so fun.
Literally any time.
Truly.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.